You know what? I think we've recently been taken advantage of YouTube. I actually think on YouTube, we live in a really nice bubble. Like, yeah, there are some problems here and there, but overall, this website, it's comfy. Yeah, there's some bad eggs here and there, but overall, it's a pretty nice place to be. I mean, if you compared TikTok to YouTube, YouTube would pretty much be the result of what would happen if God squeezed out a golden bar of soap from his bumhole. It's a pretty nice place in comparison to TikTok. TikTok is a place where there are a lot of fantastic creators. Don't get me wrong, there are some brilliant people on this app, but it's also a place where 16-year-old girls are made to cry after receiving death threats for making a video that a few people didn't like.
Like people telling me to hate myself, people just like blatantly disrespecting the fact that I'm still a human being is not okay at all. And people making fun of the fact that it's just...
Firstly, we need to just get this right off the bat. This should not happen. This is a child, an actual child. I don't care that she's got millions of followers. She is a child and she has been saying awful things because some people don't like her. I'm not saying you need to like her, but seriously, it's so messed up that this is even happening. And now you're probably understandably wondering, wow, what crime did she commit to cry on a live stream to 200,000 people? She must have done something terrible, and don't get me wrong, she did something awful. What Charli DAmelio did was horrendous. How dare she be a teenager, a bratty, borderline even bratty teenager, and how dare Dixie DAmelio not like food? Now I know a lot of you guys are bloody OAPs. Just like me, you're probably wondering, who is this Dixie DAmelio? Yeah, let me explain. Basically, Dixie DAmelio and Charli DAmelio are two famous TikTok stars who are from the same family, obviously. And recently, they have been cancelled because of a family video they put up where Dixie DAmelio threw up after eating a snail.
Because a lot of people don't, but unfortunately that's how a lot of influencers... What is everyone laughing at?
What is this?
Oh my god.
It's a mushroom.
No, it's not. That's a snail.
Oh my
It
god.
is a snail.
Oh!
It's a snail. It's the kind of cool. It's classic in paella, and it's actually
People thought this was disrespectful towards the chef that cooked it, especially with the mannerisms of Dixie. And you know, without any context, maybe I can understand this. Like, with no context here possible, and it could be seen to be in a random restaurant with a random chef, yeah, it could be seen to be as rude. That's absolutely fine if you think that without the context, and I am going to show the rest of the context, and to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if two famous girls from LA are bratty celebrities. Like, it's not going to be a shocking thing, and to be honest, if you come out of this video still not liking Charli or Dixie, I think that's completely fine. I never make these videos to make you guys like the person I'm talking about. I'm not exactly a Dixie DAmelio stan, but what I am going to say is this drama, the stuff that these two have been cancelled for, is so dehumanizing, and it goes against so many things that our culture tries to support. Mental health, all the support everyone, be nice to everyone. It goes against all of it, and we're going to get into it. Number one, as I said, Dixie was cancelled because of her mannerisms and how she reacted to eating something a chef cooked. People thought, this is pretty rude. And yeah, without the context, it does seem pretty rude, but evidence has come out to show that the showrunners, yes, this was a show produced. This wasn't just a, oh, they, you know, picked up a camera or went into a restaurant. This is a show, man. These are big famous people. They're gonna have producers, and the producer and the chef, who I may say is a family friend and regularly works with the DAmelios.
I love Dixie and Charli. I've worked with them before. I'm going to work with them again.
Said it was set up in order to gross the girls out. They cooked the girls snails because they knew the food would give them a negative reaction, because they know the foods they like, because they know them. They're friends with them. They work with them.
Somebody, I'm not going to say who,
Oh, this guy right
thought
here.
it would be funny to feed them snails. and they reacted the way they reacted. It's all good.
So it was your idea to put the snails in there?
Yeah, it was my idea. We're in the content business, and I've known Dixie and Charli for a long time. I've known the family for a long time.
Now, some people may not have known this clip exists, and now they may have changed their mind, and that's completely fine. We all change our minds here and there. But I do have to say, even going back to when, you know, we thought she was being rude, we thought she was being bad to a chef, I do think it's a crazy reaction. Like, I feel like we've all negatively reacted to bad cooking before, and yeah, you know, you could see it as rude, but at the end of the day, is it that deep? Like, really, to cancel a 16-year-old and a 19-year-old teenagers because they were a bit rude at a dinner table? And the reason Charli was cancelled, it's balmy. It is bloody balmy.
Ugh, I wish I had like more time. Because imagine if I hit 100 mil a year after hitting a mil.
Was the 95 not enough for you?
Well, I was just like saying like even number.
Well,
A lot of people out there got upset at this, saying, oh, look, Charli doesn't see people as humans, she only sees them as numbers. And I will get into that, because it's crazy to even... I honestly, I'm quite surprised this is even drama. But also, Charli DAmelio is 16 years old. Your brain doesn't develop fully until you're 25. My brain hasn't developed fully. I am 23. This is a 16-year-old girl. Do you think she's mature? Now ask yourself that genuinely. If you're above the age of 18, do you think this person is biologically mature? Do you think that because she has followers, that has to instantly mean she's mature? Do you really think that? Because if you do, that's incredibly dehumanizing and completely goes against this whole preach about mental health. And I am fully on board with preaching mental health awareness, but if we're going to come out and cancel a 16-year-old, making her cry on the live stream, and I get it, it's a minor amount of people, but still a minor amount of people sending her death threats because she was a bit rude at a dinner table in what was a planned, staged show. Just seems a bit ridiculous. Oh, well, she's got 100 million followers, and that means she should be responsible. Well, first off, she hasn't got 100 million followers. She would have, but she lost 1 million followers because of this. Think about that for a second. 1 million people saw this drama and thought, that's that. I am done with this person. That's what I find so crazy about this. I actually say, if you're upset by this and you think they're rude and their behavior isn't something that you would have had tolerated when you were a child, that's fine, dude. Like, that's completely fine. But I find it crazy that some people out there genuinely see that and they're like, I'm done. I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. When there's actual predators on TikTok, man. There's predators on TikTok who are getting millions of views still. They're not trending. They're not trending. Trust me, they're not trending. I made a video on it a few days ago. They're not trending. They're not. But a 16-year-old is trending because she's seemingly rude at a dinner table in a show where they're obviously going to play up for the cameras. And then going to the reason that she was cancelled to do with the numbers, this isn't a bad thing. She wasn't referring to her fans as not humans and as numbers. Guys, she was literally saying, I've got 100 million, the number, because she does, or I want 100 million on TikTok. That is what she was saying. I have 574,000 subscribers, and you should subscribe right now to get that up. But I'm not saying that my followers aren't human beings. I'm saying that I've got 574,000 subscribers so I can keep track of that, because it's my business and my income, just like it's like Charli's. Mr. Beast, for example, bloody loved guy, bloody wonderful human being, does fantastic stuff. This guy regularly speaks about numbers, more than most YouTubers, and look at how he's progressing. Look how he's growing. Look what he does for society, man. It's fine. He does so much for his fans, and who cares if he speaks about numbers? It's his business. It's his income. It's how he makes money, the moolah, man. I understand that a lot of these people are kids who are getting upset at that, and I think if you're a kid right now, seriously, on a level, we as creators value you guys so highly. You guys give us a job, man. You guys allow us to have such creative freedom and do what we want. We don't have a regular job. It's not a normal job. It's wonderful, and you don't understand how grateful I and other creators are for you guys in general, because you guys give us, like, our livelihoods, man. Without you guys, we are nothing. So keep that in your mind. Charli DAmelio knows that, I promise you. Now, in fairness, as I always say, and as I said in my last video, I don't actually believe hardcore or normal Charli DAmelio fans are actually upset at Charli. I always say it's people from other fandoms, it's trolls going in pretending to be Charli fans, and it's also other curators. And I think you know who. Yep, it's the Dark Lord of the Sith herself. It's Trisha Paytas. Somehow she's always involved.
I'm just gonna say, Trisha Paytas, like, this is not, sorry, just, you have been completely rude to me multiple times, saying she doesn't have a personality, she can't dance, she's basic. Like, you have your own problems, please stop worrying about mine. And that's all I have to say on that. Quite honestly, I just, like, please stop talking about me. You're not a very nice person.
Now, when I first saw this statement from Charli, I wasn't really clued up on what was going on, and I thought, yeah, it's a bit weird to mention it in that live stream randomly, and then even Trisha put out a TikTok where she seemed pretty calm and pretty collected.
So Charli called me out on her live. Now, Charli is a minor, so I'm going to try and just handle this with literal kid gloves because she is a child, and I understand that. It's concerning how her parents raised her and that she's hanging out with James Charles because now she has adopted James Charles' mentality of the keep my name out of your mouth. She told me to stop talking about her and that she's been rude that I've been rude when she's literally the most followed person on social media. That's what she signed up for. And I haven't been rude. I've given constructive criticism as far as this situation goes because I really do feel for her, and I do think it is her parents' poor raising that gave them the manners that they have. And she lumped me in a category of people telling her to, which I've never encouraged, nor have I encouraged hate or anything. I was always saying stuff with constructive criticism.
Okay, that's great. That's a calm, collected response. But also, you are literally insulting her parents, dude. You clearly have some issues with her. You clearly have problems. And I'm going to go into the proof of that you've said things in the past, which is out of order. But by you saying those things, you literally give leverage to Charli DAmelio. You've insulted her parents, man. Of course she's going to go for you. And I know that's in the context of after what she said, but it's clear you guys have a history. Charli DAmelio having followers doesn't change any of this. You've critiqued her parents, you've critiqued her in the past, and you're obviously just trying to get a response, and as Trisha Paytas always does, trying to get attention. And also, I don't think she's lumping you in with those terrible, terrible people. I think she's just mentioning you because you're an absolutely massive curator, an older person who's talking about her parents and saying things like this.
Where it was like a trivia. And the winner got $300,000.
And Charli cheated?
She did. I don't know. Did she cheat? I mean, I saw people saying that, but I don't know that there's evidence of that. I think the problem was that she got to compete with her whole family, including her two parents. And other people were just one person.
Okay, unpopular opinion. This will, like, whatever. She's boring. Like, I can't even, like, get through
Well, she's like a young girl.
But she's, like, the biggest influencer right now. Like, so boring. Her and Addison Rae, like, why are they so popular? They're, like, basic. They're probably sweet and they're cute, but, like, what?
They're good dancers?
They're not.
No?
Oh, my God. Charli fans are going to come for me, I feel like her stands are crazy. They're going to be the ones to come kill me. But Charli fans. She's so boring. I mean, she's young. I shouldn't, like, be this mean, but, like, also, like, what? I just don't get it. So then I was watching that thing. Here's the thing. These are all the goodies that are going to come around and they're going to become like prostitutes in like 5 years or whatever. Addison, not Charli, because Charli's underage. I'm not talking about her. Addison.
I love that she says in the past, yeah, she's spoken about her giving her constructive criticism.
I was always saying stuff with constructive criticism.
No, Trisha, you haven't.
She's boring. But she's like the biggest influencer right now. Like so boring.
They're good dancers?
They're not. They're going to become like prostitutes in like 5 years or whatever.
Let's stop this rhetoric of constructive criticism to get away with being a dick. You haven't.
They're going to become like prostitutes in like 5 years or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite constructive criticism as well, Trisha. You know, when I see a YouTuber, which I don't enjoy his content, I go, you're boring. You're going to be a prostitute. That's not constructive criticism. That is you being a dick. It's a Big difference. Constructive criticism is if somebody went up to me and said, hey man, I didn't like your video last too much. I really think you need to work on the editing more. Maybe focus less on motion tracking and more on cutting. And also, I feel like you need to have less jump cuts. I feel like that would really improve your videos, man. Good luck with that. I just really hate this rhetoric of constructive criticism to kind of gloss over just insults in the past. You weren't constructive in that situation. And even if you were in any other situation, it doesn't really matter. You just said her sister is boring and gonna end up as a prostitute, man. How do you not understand that that's going to infuriate an entire family? If somebody insulted my brother, especially if he was a massive creator and his whole social media presence was his brand, I would also be upset.
Missy called Jaja Binks. Missy, your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, but it is. 'Tis demanded by the gods, it is.
I really don't understand it. Trisha does a TikTok once a month where she appears calm and collected, and people are like, oh my god, I really don't like Trisha, but in this situation, she's so true. Wow, why can't Trisha be like this always? It's because it's a facade. It's a facade. It's not real. She's just trying to get attention by pretending to be the TikTok god. It's fake. It's not real. Now, we are going to go further, but I do just have a little bit of an announcement. Please subscribe to this channel. It's a shameless plug, but I would really appreciate it if you just went down there and subscribe. It'd be wonderful. It'd be bloody brilliant, and I'm going to be covering all the topics you like, making you laugh once every 2 years. And so yeah, subscribe. I'm really just trying to hit 600k. Would bloody appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's continue.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Are you the chef from the infamous DAmelio cooking episode?
That's me.
It was Aaron, right?
Yep.
Man, oh my God, this is so crazy. Listen, this is actually one of the hottest topics right now. What is going on with all this snail drama?
You know, there was somebody on production thought it would be funny to feed Dixie and Charli snails.
Okay.
They didn't take it the best. I love Dixie and Charli. I've worked with them before. I'm going to work with them again.
Okay.
I think it's a little blown out of proportion.
It's basically been the top story on Daily Mail all day, which is worldwide news. They said that she was a snob.
I would call it fake news.
Or spoiled.
Fake news right now.
Spoiled.
Those girls are the greatest. I love them.
Okay.
It was all fun and games.
Were your feelings hurt, or how did you? I mean,
not at all. I mean, I don't expect them to love the snails. Like I said, somebody, I'm not going to say who.
Oh, this guy right
thought
here.
It would be funny to feed them snails. And they reacted the way they reacted. It's all good.
So it was your idea to put the snails in there?
Yeah, it was my idea. We're in the content business, and I've known Dixie and Charli for a long time. I've known the family for a long time.
Please, this should just end. This clip should just end all of this, man. The guy's happy. Are we getting upset for the guy when he's not upset? Is that what we're doing? Because to me, makes no sense. Now, I do understand a lot of the people that really are upset with Charli, genuinely upset, probably are younger than 16. They're not at that mature level yet, so they haven't realised it. Right now, they may be thinking, oh, that's really bad. And then at 16, they're like, oh, I actually don't care. I've got exams to study for. But yeah, she is 16 years old. We've immensely pushed mental health awareness. I think we should just give her a break. Let's not preach mental health awareness and then stop when it only suits our agendas. Let's not do that. Let's preach it for everyone, man. It will be a much healthier community and a much healthier life in general. I've always said this, cancel culture is bad. We need accountability culture, a culture where we call out people for justified things. And that's what I think I do on this channel. If I called out somebody for having bad manners, I feel like I'd quit. And I do think we can kind of build that into a positive spin on this situation. Somebody commented on my community post saying, I don't think they should be cancelled, but they did show smug attitude and childish behaviour. I don't think people like this should be admired that much by a young audience. Even if they were not famous, I would probably still be watching that clip thinking that their attitude was just awkward and a bit pathetic. Now, I do disagree on a statement that it's pathetic. I don't think these two are being pathetic. I think they were just being teenagers, being kids. It's a thing that happens. I really don't think any of this is a problem. I really, really don't. But I think there is one thing we can really agree on here. I think society needs to stop idolizing these young influencers. You can be fans that idolizing a 16-year-old, somebody who isn't even an adult yet, somebody who hasn't even grown into an adult human being. Don't idolize them. That puts so much pressure on them, and also it stops you being from who you are. I feel like these are two normal people that stumbled upon incredible levels of success. I think blowing up on social media can really affect people mentally. An example of this, which I can use for myself, is this is me at 18 years old in the sand. Do you think this guy is somebody you want to idolize? Or maybe he's pretty handsome, but overall, don't do it. Don't idolize 18-year-old or 16-year-old. I never. Personally, even the thought of being 16 and having 100 million people watching you, man, that's crazy. Well, 99 million, but that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Think about the toll that would take on you. Do you guys not like going on stages, giving presentations in class? Me neither. Can you imagine doing that to 100 million people at 16 when your brain is really developing? Crazy. That is not natural. That is something which is only now coming to society. People have never had 100 million people watch them all at once. Yes, we've had famous figures, but they've never spoken to those 100 million people at once. That's crazy. That's something that our brains aren't even used to yet. It's really scientific, to be honest, and we're going down this deep, dark path. But yeah, I get terrified at 23 of speaking to 600,000 people, because that's still messed up. Think about what this girl is feeling.
I knew the snails were gonna make us, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Snails, we're gonna eat that, what? And it was obviously taken the wrong way, and we should have done better on our part with the editing to make you guys know that it was a joke, and that's on me. Take full responsibility for that.
Has cancel culture really led to this point of where we're now cancelling a 16-year-old girl because she was bad at a dinner table in some people's perspectives, and because her sister didn't like snails, which was a planned joke? Has it really come to that? To the people who have gotten to this point and they are still vehemently against Charli. I'm not saying you need to like her, but still think she is so much in the wrong in this. Do you really think it's fair to press someone this much? Age or nothing. Yes, I'm fine with being a little disappointed in somebody being bratty and, not to the standards of what you thought she was. But at the end of the day, that's your fault for idolizing a 16-year-old. This is a 16-year-old. I keep saying it. And this is the extent that it's gotten to. Do you really want to be damaging a young girl's mental health like this over something so little? Is this really what you want the internet to be? I think it's time for you to leave the internet, buddy. I think it's time for you to go outside, meet some people. Probably not the best advice what's going on with the world right now, but I think you need to go meet some people and actually have some real conversations and get some actual real life experience. Because if you're thinking that, you probably do need it. Do you honestly believe that this guy's sad about the situation?
Feelings hurt, or how did you,
Not at all, not at all. I don't expect him to love the snails. Like I said, somebody, I'm not going to say who.
Oh, this guy right
thought
here.
It would be funny to feed them snails.
Come on, man. Come on. We're so much smarter than this. We're so much better. Man, we're almost on Mars, man. We should be doing better than this. It's like a witch hunt because somebody didn't want to eat a snail. Really? Really? Also, people, I think we need to think here. Imagine getting cancelled for something so small. And if she ever is cancelled for a real reason, she's going to think, oh, they're cancelling me again for a stupid reason and not know the difference between the lines. Read between the fucking lines, people. If you cancel somebody for something so small, how are they going to know to take it serious when it's that big? Logic. It's brilliant when you really think about it. In conclusion, I think this whole thing is very sad. I think we need to collect ourselves and say we need to be nicer and only call out people who need to be called out. Zoe Laverne, not a 16-year-old who really didn't do anything wrong and was forced into crying and then apologizing on a live stream in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Ding, 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 ding. There are predators on TikTok. They should be the issue, not this person. That's the end of the video. On a lighter note, we're going to end it by saying you could subscribe right now and your days could be not that much better, but you could subscribe. It would really help me out, and you could check out my later videos. It would be great. So subscribe, get this video to 30,000 likes, and please share this video because I think it's a good analysis on cancel culture. Yes, I did just call my own video good. I'm a beast. What can I say? Thank you so much for coming along. Follow my Twitter, inabberbusiness, and then my inabber Instagram. It's all there in the description. YouTube's as well. Thanks so much for coming along to the video. Take it easy, people. Go tell someone you love them. I don't know. Be nice. Eat some cheese. Cheese and pasta. Elite combination. See you later.